The idea that you're going to grow your business and get clients just by increasing your following count, posting 3 times a day on Instagram, on TikTok, or any other platform is bullshit. This is the antiquated and old idea of magnetic marketing, that you're going to be able to just put out value in your content and the clients are going to chase you down and give you the pitch. They're going to sign the contract. It just doesn't happen. And if you make this realization, you're going to radically change the way that you actually operate your business. And it's with this one simple insight from seduction. See, the act of picking up women, it maps so perfectly to the process of picking up clients. See, as a man, it's obviously our responsibility to start the conversation, right? So if we see a woman, and even if she's looking at us, maybe she is attracted to us, but it's still our job to go over and say hello. Okay. And it's the exact same in business. See, we could be this attractive guy or this attractive business. We could be putting out value, right? In the dating context, we could have the 6-figure business, right? We could be 6 foot plus. We could have all the different attributes that make us a high value male. But if we don't actually go out there and say hello to some women, we can't expect a lot of dates there, can we? And it's the exact same in business. So often I see people think that content is a strategy to get clients. It's not. Of course, you have to put out content in order to be an attractive figure, right? For them to want to work with. But the real magic happens when you take action and when you proactively start getting out there and you start the conversation, and instead of waiting for that nervous and afraid and shy prospect to come and say hello to you, you're going to get out there. You're going to send that first DM. You're going to say, hey, Matt, what's the story? Good to, I wanted to drop you a message here and I wanted to ask, what about the content have you found most valuable? Is it everything to do with mindset and purpose? Or is it really the relationship stuff for you? Ask a question like that to start the conversation and allow the prospect to respond. And from there, you've broken the ice and moved the conversation along and get them booked into a call. Don't wait for the woman to chase you down or ask you out for a date. You've got to grab your nuts and go over, make the approach and say hello. And if you're watching this, you probably completely understand that from the dating perspective. But the question is, are you actually doing this in your business? And there's probably 2 answers there. It's either no, you're not doing it in the business, probably because you don't know what to say, right? Just like guys would say in dating, right? So you're probably not doing it because you don't know what to say. Or secondly, you have been doing it, but it hasn't worked for you. And maybe you have the idea that, cold DMing is creepy or it's weird, just like a lot of people would think starting a conversation with a woman or a stranger is weird. It's only weird if you're doing it weirdly, right? And if you're watching this video, it's probably because I did it correctly. So we have the sources, we have the material, the resources to allow you to do this in a smooth and intricate and a natural manner. And if you're watching this, you've obviously seen client results of mine that are implementing this process. You obviously understand that I got those clients from implementing this process. And you're obviously most likely watching this video because I've implemented this process to get you to this point where you're watching this video. So obviously cold outreach works, but you have to follow the correct principles. Okay, you've got to follow the correct principles. You want to have a process laid out that maps out the conversation. You want to make sure that you're not making any of these fatal mistakes that I see people making every single day. And further, you've got to understand that the first thing a woman will do if we approach her and we talk this mad game, right? She's going to look us up and down and see if it's congruent. And it's the exact same in business. If I approach you in the DMs and I say, hey, I can scale you to 50K or 20K months or 10K months, and you come over to my page and it doesn't look like I do that myself, never mind, it looks like I've never done that for somebody else, right? So these 2 things need to be in position. When you land on my page, for example, you're going to see like 5 different client results highlights. Right? Maybe you want to do 10K months, but you're going to see clients of mine that have done 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 70K months. Okay, so that's what's going to create that attraction by positioning me as an authority. We also want to be relatable. That's a point for a separate video. But again, we could be this attractive figure. If we're not taking action, it's not going to work. So if you're watching this video, you've probably seen my lead generation trainings. Implement it, right? Execute on it, right? Even if you're watching this video for free on YouTube, I've given all this free value. Execute on it and this stuff will work. There's obviously nuance, right? If you're at the stage where you're trying to go from 5K a month to 20K, right, reach out to me to get help. But if you're at the stage where you're trying to get your first clients, man, this is what to do, right? It's relatively simple at that stage. You need if you're trying to get your first few clients, right? You need to get some calls booked in the calendar. You get 5 calls booked in the calendar in the next 2 weeks. That's going to be a win for you. How are you going to do that? By implementing this process. Get yourself positioned as an authority and start doing outreach based on the outreach training. You will get clients. Okay, now, if you're at that stage, just getting started, the services that I provide to clients, probably not really for you. Okay, but if you are at the stage where you're trying to go, you're making some money. Maybe you're doing 5K, maybe you're doing 10K and trying to get 50. Maybe you're doing 2 and you're trying to get to your first 10. Okay. If we work together and you get that over the course of a year, we're talking about 120, 200 grand, 300 grand or more. Okay. So if you were to work together and you were to make an investment, the investment would obviously be a fraction of that. And I feel like bit by bit, as you go through more of these trainings, as you go through more of my YouTube content, as you follow me on Instagram, you're going to become more and more certain that this will work for you. Okay. Now, in these videos, right, obviously the strategies that I lay out, they're a little bit more generalized. So if you're curious about getting support, or rather, if you want to jump on a call with me to get all these strategies tailored to your exact situation, do that. Right, there's going to be a link below this video. Click in there and get yourself booked in for one-on-one with me personally, where we'll take all these processes and tailor them for you on that call. Right? Obviously, my selfish intention is that I can give so much value and ultimately get a client from it. But at the very least, you're going to get that tailored battle plan to get you to your goal, whether that's 10K months, whether that's for hit your first ever 10K in online business, or whether you're looking to do those 120K over the course of this year, or maybe you're trying to get to $500,000. We're going to tailor these strategies to your specific situation so we can get you there. Okay. The only way I win with clients is if clients get a powerful result. So jump onto one of those calls. I'll lay out this strategy. And if you want help with the implementation, we can talk about solutions. Okay. But at the very least, you're going to get this tailored battle plan. So click that link below, jump on. And the final order ask is like and subscribe if you want more content like this.